Today we're going to be taking a look at another feature inside of the advanced mapping system within Service Autopilot. And that feature is measuring properties directly in the system on your leads and your clients' customer profiles. And this is going to be really beneficial for you when creating estimates quickly. You can get those measurements in. This is probably only applicable for you if you are an outdoor service industry. There might be some examples for some other types of like commercial cleaning, residential cleaning, where you might need to know the square footage of the property. But for the most part, this is going to be focused on lawn care, landscaping, lawn maintenance, pest control, maybe even pool services if you wanted to get a measurement of a customer's pool using a satellite image. So let's dive into the system. I'm going to show you how to take the measurements, and then we'll talk about what you can do with them from that point forward. So I'm in my account here, and let's just pull up a customer. We will do James Smith here. So we'll pull up James Smith. Now, in order to take the measurements of James's property, I'll click on the More button and select the option that says Property Measurements. Again, you have to have the advanced mapping system in Service Autopilot to see this option under the More button. So we'll go ahead and click it. And what it's going to do for me is pull up James's property on the map for me. Now, I can look at this. This is using Google Maps image, satellite image. I can use this as more of a map view, or if I'd prefer, I can click satellite and get a satellite view of the house. So by default, it puts me at this kind of weird 45-degree angle that Google likes to do. So I'm going to deselect that, and it gives me the bird's eye view again. Now, as you can see here in this example, I mentioned that if you were a pool care company, you could use this as well. Obviously, you can see the pools in this satellite image. You can really see everything that's associated with this address. So what I'm going to do is zoom in here a little bit to where we can just see this a little bit better. Okay, so on the left side of this screen, I have a section where I can start entering layers. And you can have as many layers on this drawing as you want. So for example, I'll do my first layer as the total lot size, okay? And to start drawing on the map, it's very simple. You just start clicking. So I'll click once towards the street, come down towards the alley here, and click again. Come over to the end of the property line, click a third time, back up to the street, and then I'll finish off my box here. Now, it's not perfect, but I can click and drag these handles here to adjust my measurement and get that perfect square. So as you can see, it's created a layer on the map for me, and it shaded it in this green color. But I could take this and change it to a different color if I wanted to. I could make it purple, whatever color, and this is going to be useful when you're creating multiple layers. So let's just change it to this kind of purplish color right there, and we'll click choose. Okay, so as you can see, next to total lot size, it shows me the square footage, 9,093 and 0.02 square feet. So now that I have that, I'll click add, and we can add a second layer. So for this one, I will do front yard. And I just repeat the same steps, except I'm going to modify my selection. We'll just click here, and we'll kind of work our way around the driveway here. And then we have this walkway, it looks like. So I just click all the way around, again to the edge of the property line. Then let's take it up to the sidewalk and over. So now I have a measurement strictly for the front yard. And as we can see, that measurement is 1,413 square feet. And again, I can choose a different layer color for this. Now you can choose a different layer color, but also the opacity level of the color. And that's useful if you're gonna be drawing on top of layers that you've already created to lower the opacity to where you can see through to the satellite image still. But we'll just leave it at that. We'll click choose. All right, so from this point, the question is, I have these measurements, what can I now do with that? Well, if you've been using Service Autopilot for a while, then you might already be familiar with custom fields. Custom fields are simply a set of data that you define as the user, as the Service Autopilot user. You create your own categories and you can put whatever type of data into those fields. Square footage is a great example, lot square footage, outdoor pet information, gate codes. There's all types of examples you could use for custom fields, but this is a great example. Storing that square footage information into a custom field. So if I look a little bit below this, where it says Save Custom Fields, I can choose from my existing custom field list. So I'll choose turf square feet, and in the right-hand selector, I can choose which one of my layers I want to apply to that custom field, or I can just do the combination of all of them. So that's useful, using the combination of all of them. That's going to be useful for you. So you could take a layer or draw a layer around the front yard, draw a second layer around the backyard, and then those would sum up into your total square footage, so you could get a turf square foot. I'm not going to take the time to go in and draw. It looks like this particular property has some sort of house in their backyard anywhere, some structure in the backyard, so probably mostly concrete back there anyway. So we'll leave it as is, and I'll select front yard for my turf square footage. Now I click Save, and it lets me know that the custom field data has been stored. So you can now take that information and apply it when creating an estimate. Now, I'm not going to go into detail in this video on how to set up what we call rate matrices, which is what allows you to automate your pricing based on that information. But if you've already got a spreadsheet somewhere, you know just in your head how much you're charging based on square footage, having this data right here quickly is going to be good for you. Take a look at the why video for this feature, and we'll talk about some more examples. Thanks for watching.